Hi guys, this is really just a test video because I haven't vlogged for probably around 7 months, to be fair, on any of my channels. I just haven't had the motivation. I don't know if you find that yourself. You just lose motivation just to do anything. Anyway, I've put myself on the cardio rehab program, and I suppose the big question is it worth doing the cardio rehab program? I think it is. Now they did ask me to come in for a day where they give you like a talk on your meds, cardio, workouts, just a big talk. It lasts most of the day, to be honest. It's quite a long talk. And to be fair, I really didn't want to go because I could see it takes the whole day, but they did finish early. Would I recommend going and doing this? The talk is like optional. I'd say yes, because if I'd done that talk at the beginning of my journey, when I first had my first cardio incident, and I was offered rehab then, I didn't do it. Mainly because I just didn't have the time. This screen's gone blank. Oh, I don't like it when it does that. Let me see if I can get the screen back up. There you go. Yeah, I didn't do it because I just didn't have the time. I was working in London at the time, doing that job. So I just said no. But I really think after doing it that I wish I'd done it in the beginning, because they answered a lot of questions that many of us have. They also talk about your medications and side effects, which is a big one. And you can ask some questions as well, obviously. And they go through everything. And so in that context, yeah, I think it's probably worth doing. Even though that talk I think is optional. You don't have to attend that talk. But I think it was a good idea to do it. Oh. Need some water in this kettle. So yeah, I reckon it's probably worth doing. It sounds like it's going to be boring and it takes most of the day. Excuse the noise. So it does take most of the day, so that's a bit off-putting, but I think it's worth it because you'll get a lot of questions answered. You'll also meet other people going through similar things with you. Ignore that noise. So yeah, highly recommend doing that. Now then, I was asked to come in to do what they said was a walk-in test. That lasted about an hour and a half, and it was quite interesting to gauge your limits. So I reckon ask for that if they don't offer it to you. Sometimes not everyone gets offered that, but it's really worth doing because you can sort of see where you are. If you know what I mean, you can get your level, and it goes on your thing as well, and your paperwork, I should say, and you can get your sort of where are you at right now. So it's probably good to do the walk-in test. So I recommend that as well. It also gets you out of the house, and you know, you can ask questions. You've got something on your mind, you can ask questions there as well and stuff like that, if you're worried about doing cardio exercise, and they'll explain about it as well, so take the worry away. I mean, it's not like you're doing like a marathon or anything like that. They do it to your level, so it's good to do the walking test. And then you've got the cardio rehab itself, and in some of the groups I saw some people complaining about it. They said it was really hard work. So, and to be fair, just the warm-up wiped me out. They do a 15-minute warm-up, and I thought that's enough for me. I'd done it, my exercise by the warm-up, but then you had to do these exercises where you go around the room and there's pictures on the wall with exercise you got to do. And that was just the first day, and it was very short slots on these things, and after, because the first part of the first day is just talking, so you get lots of information. And to be fair, the warm up wiped me out, and I've got to go back next Tuesday, where we're going to go straight into the cardio rehab exercises. So we're going to be doing all that from the very beginning. So that's a full session. And to be fair, I'm not looking forward to it. But that's because I'm not used to doing exercises. So there is that. There were some people there that seemed quite fit, really into it. They loved it. Some of them went to the gym, stuff like that. And they talk about that on that first day, about going to a gym, because cardio exercise is a lot different to normal exercise, because you're just working on cardio, so it's different, and they'll explain all that. I don't really want to go into what they taught me, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse or anything like that, and I don't want to give medical advice or anything. So I recommend you doing the rehab course, because you'll learn about cardio fitness. I mean, we will talk about that later on in other videos, because I'm obviously going to be going out trying to do it, but I haven't had the motivation to go out and do it. And I wonder if that's where you're at right now, if you have that motivation to go out and do cardio exercise, walking, because it's a bit conflicting, because they say 15-minute warm-up and then say 5 minutes to 20 minutes cardio walk, and then 15 minutes cool down, and they'll explain what all that is. But if you look at other exercises, like on the watch or in some of the apps, they say 5-minute warm up, and then your cardio walk, and then a cool down 5 minutes. But I think they've made it 15 minutes warm up and 15 minutes cool down, because it's a cardio. You got a cardio problem, so you want to do it gradually. So I mean, they were quite persistent about it. The cool down, where you just couldn't stand there like this. You had to constantly be moving, and you're doing a cool down. You just, like if you're walking, for example, you'd reduce your pace down to a nice slow, gentle walk, and that would be your cool down for 15 minutes. And so you're bringing your heart rate down slowly, where a lot of the apps and stuff say 5 minutes. So you're basically doing your cardio, aren't you? And then they're just basically almost coming to a stop in that 5 minutes. So it's a little bit different. But I think they explain all that, why they do all that. Although obviously I'm still not clear why it's 15 minutes and not 5. I should have asked that question. But then again, I didn't know at the time. It's only because I was on the course. And then I was looking at other apps and stuff to see if there's any gadgets you can use to help you. And they seem to be at 5 minutes and not 15 minutes. And that's what made me think. Anyway, so I do recommend cardio rehab. It does look a lot of work, but I will come back to you and say that if I recommend it after I've actually got into it, because I've only had one proper day of cardio. The full day is Tuesday coming, so that's next week, where I'll probably be moaning my head off and telling you how hard and difficult it is. But don't forget, I'm coming from someone who doesn't go out and do exercise. I don't go out walking. I used to go out and do my photo walks, but that's different. You're walking and stopping, walking and stopping, walking and stopping, like dog walkers. They walk and stop, walk and stop. You're still out there getting exercise, but you're stopping. And cardio exercise, you need between 5 and 20 minutes of constant walking, constant heart rate going. So whatever your heart rate target is. Mine's quite low. It's about 100. I think it's about 103, 104 is my cardio limit. That was set for me. Some people are higher, obviously 120 or whatever. But they say you got to maintain that for a period of time for you to get cardio benefit from it. So if you're walking and stopping, although when I was doing the photography walks, I was still quite puffed, even though I was stopping, because you're still moving around, doing your photography stuff. So it's still, I reckon it, as long as the heart rate's up there, what's the problem? So I might go back out and do the photo walks, because I find that more interesting than just walking around the block. but I'd have to be aware of the heart rate. It has to be up there. So yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because I suppose even if you're taking photos, your heart rate's going to drop. And if you want to do the exercise, it's got to be constant up there. So maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe just doing the walking exercise is the way to go. There you go. Anyway, I hope you got something from that, and I'll update you on how it went with the full day. I'm sure I'm going to be moaning about it because I'm just not used to doing exercise. I had to have a chair next to me as well because I kept losing my balance. So you want to be aware of that. If you find yourself, if you can't stand, say, on one leg for that long, you're going to want a chair next to you, but they'll spot that and give you a chair. They don't want you falling arse over tit. So don't worry about it. There's a lot of help and support there when you're doing it. It also will help you and give you confidence to go out and do it on your own, because you'll know your limitations. You'll know when you need to stop and lean on something. Yeah, I tend to get quite dizzy, I found, and I didn't think I was like that. I didn't think I was that bad with it, put it that way. But when I started doing the exercises, I started getting dizzy and lightheaded, and I didn't think I had that issue as bad as that. So that was interesting, because you get to know limits and you're in a safe environment. So it's probably worth doing, even just for that. And they talk about when to take your meds, before or after exercise. They like you to take it before you turn up with some and have some food in you, stuff like that. So cardio rehab, at the moment I recommend it, because I learned a lot over that period. I went to the day talk, even though I didn't want to go because I thought, oh god, it's a whole day thing. But it was worth it. It was interesting. I did learn something. That's how I think about these things. If you walk away and you've learned something, then it was probably worth it. So yeah, I'd learned some stuff there on that. The walking, what they call a walking test, that was good because it sort of educates you on your limits, and you can see how you sort of gauge where you are. So I found that interesting, boring but interesting. Yeah, so I recommend that. If they don't offer it to you, ask for it, because I found that just because you knew where your limits were. That's what I liked about it. So that was good. And obviously the cardio rehab I've just started. First day, most of it was talking, and then the second half was doing the exercises, which wiped me out. Like I said, the warm-up wiped me out. So I'm yet to see a full day of that, which is coming, and I'll probably be moaning my head off. So yeah, go for that, and post in the comments if you've already done cardio rehab and how you found it. Let everyone know what your takeaway from it is, if it's worth doing, and if you think it's beneficial, because it is a bit of a commitment. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and don't forget, we've got a brand new community opened up on stentedhearts.com, and at the moment that's completely free forever and ever. Whoever joins it now, it's on a pre-launch, and I'll see you over there. Where's that remote gone? Here we go. I'll see you again soon.